From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, this is Songbirds and Troubadours number 16, presented by the ETX ROCKS Show, coming at you live from the ETX ROCKS living room, and we have a treat for you guys today. Now, as you know, we feel that the songwriter is one of the most unheralded arms of the music business, and it is very important to us to showcase as many great songwriters as we can find, from East Texas and beyond if we can. Now, we've had East Texas, we've had Texas, we've had from outside of Texas. It's all about the songwriter. And today we have Mike Freiley and King Richard. Now, Mike, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from the Dallas area.
Okay.
Grew up in Mesquite.
All right, cool.
And, moved out here. Started playing music out here 5-6 years ago. Moved out here about 2 years ago.
Cool. So
East
now
Texas,
an honorary East Texan.
I am an honorary welcomed with open arms.
Yeah.
East
And
Texan.
there's a burgeoning singer-songwriter scene here in East
It
Texas.
is unbelievable, and the musicianship is
Yeah.
humbling.
Completely
to say the
agree.
least.
Yeah. And you're going to see that tonight for sure, because we have the one and only King Richard in the house as well. Multiple-time East Texas Music Award winner, and been nominated more times than I have shaved in my life, probably, I bet. And I was in the military, so I had to shave a lot at one point. I know it doesn't show now, y'all, but
You gotta stand a little closer to the razor.
yeah, well, you know, it's not a
I
lack
shaved
of
this morning, no?
yeah, it's not a lack of shaving ability. It's just really bad eyesight. Like, I think I'm shaving, and not really. And it kind of explains why there's no difference in the after part of it, right? So, we do have King Richard in the house. Now, King Richard, as you probably know out there, is from Gladewater, the very historic town of Gladewater. Tell us a little bit about, you know, your upbringing in music.
Well, I'm
Richard.
from New Orleans originally.
Right.
You know, and spent a lot of time playing in clubs and meeting a lot of great blues music. There was a great blues scene in New Orleans at the time, and I became a fan of that genre. And after Hurricane Katrina, I found myself living here in East Texas, and honorary Texan here. So.
Yeah, he never left. The hurricane
The
blew him this
Gladewater
way.
Museum.
Yeah.
Say a moment about the
And we'll be hearing about that quite a bit tonight. He's very passionate about his adopted hometown and the historic nature of the music from that area. And the Gladewater Museum is a big component to the music scene in Gladewater. So I'm always cool to hear more about that. And I know Richard will be telling us all about it throughout the night. But I'll tell you guys how this show works if you haven't tuned in before. Basically, what you're going to get here tonight is 5 original songs from each of these great songwriters throughout the night. And then in the middle of the show, you guys are going to hear a segment that we call Question Swap, which is always a lot of fun. These guys are going to have to ask the other artist 2 questions each. And that's always a fun little segment, because you just never know what you're going to get in that segment. Sometimes it's silly stuff, sometimes it's, you know, talking about the art and all that stuff. So I love that, because I don't tell them what to say at all. Have I told you guys what to say?
No, I'm clueless.
No, not really.
Okay,
No.
so they're going to ask, they have minds of their own, and that's a scary thing when it comes to musicians sometimes. But so you never know. Make sure you're watching that. Now, if you're a venue out there, or you're a fan that wants to know more about Mike and Richard, at the end of the show we're going to talk about social media stuff, how you can contact them to play at your venue, and where you can find their music if it does exist. And I know both of these guys have music out there on the interwebs. So you guys, if you want to tune into the end of the show, you'll get all of that information. But without any further ado, guys, we're going to get right into the live, unplugged, original music, only here on Songbirds and Troubadours. Y'all don't go anywhere.
Hi guys, my name's Mike Freiley. I'm a songwriter. I live in Troop, Texas. I'm originally from the DFW Metroplex. Traveled around a lot before that. Make it short and sweet. I'm just going to start with one of my personal favorites. This is a song about I guess what playing music will do to you if you're not careful. It's called My Door. Walking on the edge of a slippery slope, realizing it's all a joke. I got to thinking there ain't much hope, and then you walked into my door. Then you walked into my door. Too many nights of psychedelia had you saying out of hell if you started seeing another fella. Then you walked out of my door. Then you walked out of my door. And I can't tell you about the loneliness. And I just beg you forgiveness. And I'm carrying an emptiness that I'll never forget. These days I spend my time drinking alone. I feel like Byron after Shelley was gone. You went and knocked me down off of my throne, and then you walked out of my door. Then you walked out of my door. And I think I'm gonna try to change my luck. Throw my guitar in my pickup truck. Hit the bars and try to make a buck. And bring a new girl to my door. Oh, bring a new girl to my door. And I can't tell you about the loneliness. And I just beg you forgiveness. And I'm carrying an emptiness that I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
I love the tambourine playing.
Oh, my biscuit?
I love it. What do you call that song?
I call that song My Door.
My Door.
I wrote that song on a Tuesday morning. Took about an hour.
Mike, I thought that was a great song, My Door. I like the tambourine playing that you did on there. A lot of people don't know it, but Mike's cousin's in a famous band, Ace Frehley. Is that your cousin?
Actually, no relation to Ace. It's spelled differently, but the first rock concert I ever went to, I was 15.
I had to
was
school
a
there.
Kiss concert.
Rock and roll.
Don't
Yeah.
judge me.
No, everybody our generation. I like to do a song. It was about my family. The song's called The Johnson County Line. I grew up in a small town in Kansas called Gardner, Kansas. And I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it?
Sure.
Here it goes. Well, my granddaddy was a lawman ever since '64 in a little old Kansas town that you never heard of before. And that's just fine. That's just fine. We kept the peace behind the Johnson County line. My daddy was a soldier fighting in a war, but nobody gave a damn. He was one of the few, he was one of the proud, in a place called Vietnam, and that's just fine. I say that's just fine. Hey, we stayed at home behind the Johnson County line. Now every night I wake up from having the same dream, sister. I'm driving on the highway on a pitch black night. I'm heading straight into a twister. Hey, my brother drank beer with his football buddies. There was run from the local cop. But now he's settled down and got himself a job. He's been working at the butcher's shop. That's just fine. I said, that's just fine. My brother found himself a home outside the Johnson County line. Yeah, with me, well, I never had nothing. I left home in the middle of the night. I had $15 and a beat up guitar. I had a dream about a better life. That's just fine. I said, that's just fine. Yes, it is. Yeah, my mama cried when I crossed the Johnson County line. I said, my mama cried when I crossed the Johnson County line. Yeah, my mama cried when I crossed the Johnson County line.
All right, man. That's all right. So did you write that after you got to East Texas?
No, I wrote it when I was living in Florida.
Really? I was gonna say, it sure got an East Texas feel to it.
No, I've been listening to
song about Kansas.
I've been listening to a lot of Steve Earle at the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That explains everything.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, thanks. Every word of it's true.
All songs should reflect the truth.
Show me what it means to be a friend. It's destiny. Let's just go with the wind. Come to me, yeah. Here's a message that you send. Baby, I hope this never ends. Save me. Let me drink some of your water. Stay with me, please, when the things get a little harder. Love me, yeah. Honey,
it means. Show me what it means to be a friend, to be a friend, to be a friend. Tease me, make me feel like a man, yeah. Squeeze me, I'm putting your hand. Please me, please me, please me like no other can. And I'll be right beside you where we stand, yeah. What it means. Show me what it means. Show me what it means to be a friend, to be a friend, to be a friend. Yeah, you show me what it means. You show me what it means. You show me what it means to be a friend, to be a friend, be a friend.
Really nice.
Song written on a Thanksgiving night.
I love that D and then that little
F sharp
it's
minor.
beautiful, yeah.
I stole it from Roger McGuinn.
That's beautiful. I kept wanting to play along. I was like, oh, that sounds good.
It's a nice little. What is that term those fancy guitar players use? Noodling?
I don't know.
It's a good
It's a
noodling
nice
song.
chord progression.
Good
It's a
noodling.
nice chord progression.
Thank you. Yeah, I like
And it's
it.
a really beautiful, sensitive, caring song. I have one that I'd like to play similar.
Please, yeah.
It's sensitive, caring, just a natural, loving song.
So
It's
this-
about when you're out in a bar and you can't decide what kind of beer to buy. It's called Beer Bottle Blues. Beer money in my pocket, but I don't know what to choose. Beer money in my pocket, but I don't know what to choose. Yeah, you got something better. All I got's the beer bottle blues. Dos Equis or Corona, but it's just too hard to choose. Now Sam Adams made me an offer, even I can't refuse. Yeah, baby, you got something better, honey. All I got's these beer bottle blues. I said Heineken and Miller, Lord, even Budweiser too. And Shinerbach from Texas, well, that's a mighty fine brew. Yeah, well, you got something better, honey. All I got's these beer bottle blues. got the blues. Hey, baby, I got them beer bottle blues. Yeah, well, you got something better, honey. Oh, I got some beer bottle blues. Beer money in my pocket, but I don't know what to choose. Beer money in my pocket, but I don't know what to choose. You got something better, me, I got the beer bottle blues.
I love it, man. I love it. What inspired that?
Being in a bar, not knowing which beer to buy.
I played music in a bar.
Hey, what day of the week did you write this song on?
Tuesday.
Ah,
Earlier song, My Door, I wrote on a Tuesday morning. This is a true story. And I wrote another song on that same morning about an incident that had happened the Saturday night prior when I had been playing music in a bar. And I was driving home from the gig, and I got passed by this thing in a pickup truck. And she had rubber boots between the cab and the bed. It just made me feel like a total redneck, and I wanted to go check it out, and so I did. And I found out where she lived, and I couldn't help but write this song because, yeah. So this is called Front Yard Drinking. Go like this. Lordy, 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 look over there. Front yard drinking in an easy chair. She loves Bud Light and her sweater's tight. Yeah, front yard drinking on a Saturday night. Yeah, front yard drinking on a Saturday night. Sunday morning come in a sleepy town. The preacher can't find a living soul around. He's looking for an answer. He thinks it might be front yard drinking on Saturday night. He's looking for an answer. He thinks it might be front yard drinking on Saturday night. Ow! Sunday afternoon, stumbling down the stairs. Wonder why I'm in her underwear. Yeah, the nasty hangover makes her look upright. That front yard drinking on Saturday night. Yeah, front yard drinking on Saturday night. Later in the evening when the sun's going down, Lord, Hank Jr. said it's time to get whiskey bound. And she said she can't wait to mighty light to go front yard drinking on Saturday night. She said she can't wait to mighty light to go front yard drinking on Saturday night. Yeah, front yard drinking. Front yard drinking.
Front yard drinking. I love it.
Ever happened to you?
No,
No.
it's usually Friday night. When I'm drinking.
Okay. Well, Richard, I guess I want to start with, just before I can ask you the second question, I want to ask you the first question. If you could pick a song that you wish you had written,
Song
that you
I
didn't
wish-
write,
Yeah.
but if you could pick a song that you wish you had written, what would that song be?
Great Balls of Fire.
Really? Sure. That's a perfect answer. It fits your persona.
Oh, well, I wish I wrote it. Yeah.
And that's a good. All right, cool.
I have a question for
Jerry
you. You want to do your
Lewis?
second question?
No, it's your turn.
No, not the Jerry Lee Lewis one.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about the one by Linda Ronstadt.
Oh.
That one.
Okay. Let's. Okay. That was Rockin' in the USA or something. That was the album with the roller skates. Yeah.
Oh, it's a question swap. Okay, well, if you were stuck on a deserted island, and you can only take 3 things with you, what would they be?
Oh, okay. The 3 things. Do they have to be inanimate objects? Or
No, but they do have to rhyme.
Well, they have to rhyme. Well, they have to rhyme.
I just want to know. Your viewers want to know.
They have to rhyme.
America,
They
TV
have to
Land,
rhyme, but they have to rhyme.
they want to know.
Well, I don't know if I can make them rhyme, but the 3 things I could take with me. The 3 things I could take with me. I would have to take Sally, I suppose. Sarah, you're screwed. I want to take my wife, and I want to take a copy of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Hey, good choice there. Classic album.
Yeah, he's just got nothing to play it on, but
Yeah, you have nothing to play.
I can read the words.
All right, your turn.
Okay, this question I got to ask you, and it's probably a silly question, but if you had the ability to put your hand down and stop the death of one of the great ones, maybe the day the music died or whatever, but if you could put your hand on it and have kept one of those that are in rock and roll heaven with us, which guy would you keep, or girl would you keep?
That's a good question, but I'm kind of glad they're all dying. It makes more room for us.
Let me change. The
It
ones
makes
that
more
died.
room.
The ones
We've
that
gotta
died.
get rid of the
I'm talking about
old-
the plane wrecks and the car crashes and the tragic
Tragedies.
things that tragedies. Let's say not the ones that ran their course, because
Okay.
I mean.
Okay, Jimi Hendrix. I'd like to see what he'd be doing if he was still around.
That's a good answer.
Jimmy, Janis,
Jimmy. Cool. Jimmy was a good one because I think he was getting off into jazz.
I have a question. You mentioned you have a full band. What kind of instruments do you have in your band?
I do have a full band. I have 2 actually. I have my full rock band, which will sometimes be billed as just Mike Freiley and the group, aka Random Splatter. And then I have another band, the other full band thing I do, which is Misfit Mansion. We're pretty much a cover band, party band. You're not going to see us out in public much. We'll be at the Lake Palestine Resort, I think, on June 23rd. But generally, we're a private party wedding band.
Is it 2 guitars, bass, and drums?
That band is drummer, bass, guitar, 2 vocals with Mercer slinging, who is also my acoustic partner in my acoustic show. That's another show. I'll get to that too. I'm sorry for the long answer, but let's have 2 bands. Random Splatter is a 4-piece band. It's just myself, acoustic guitar, lead guitar player Michael Gilliland, William Boyette on bass, and Vantana Steve Matthews as our drummer. The Misfit Mansion is myself, Mercer, Tom Doherty, Zero on drums, William Boyette also as our bass player, and Mercer and I trade off keyboard duties as well. And so it's a 4-piece band with sometimes 5 pieces.
Okay.
But that band is not readily out there in the public unless that's our generator of revenue. Wedding party band, it's going to cost you about $1,500.
And that way, if the law if the law is looking for you, you can say, I'm in the other band. I'm not
We
in
call
this band."
ourselves Misfit Mansion, and coming soon to a private party near you. I also and my Slingin' Biscuits, which is my duo with Mercer as my wingman. It's an acoustic show, 2 guys, and it's probably my favorite show.
Did you ever do something and you know you're going to be sorry for it later?
Yeah, one once.
Sabotage yourself.
Is that similar to like kicking yourself in the ass?
It's like you were saying about your future self. Your future self. You're sorry for what I just did.
Yeah, I saw my future self last week. It's not pretty.
This song is called "The Enemy Within."
Ooh.
I'm not proud of it, but I've got 2 sides, my friend. I'm not proud of it, but I got 2 sides, my friend. One side I'll let you see, the other one is the enemy within. Now you can try to fight, but it's a war you'll never win. Yeah, you can try to fight, but it's a war you'll never win. You're only half a man if you're fighting with the enemy within. Sometimes I feel sanctified, sometimes all I do is sin. Sometimes I feel like I got an opposite identical twin. And when you look in these eyes, can you see the enemy within? One face wears a smile that's wearing thin. Yeah, one face cries and it laughs while the other one wins. Yeah, you just can't hide from the enemy within. Don't try to heal my pain, because that's something I need. Don't wanna heal my pain, because that's something I need. And the enemy within will always be a part of me.
I know.
That's a song
I
about-
know what that song is about.
That's a song about fucking things up.
I know what that song's about. I like that song. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna bring that up in the Q&A session. I like that song. That's deep.
Wow.
I like that very much. Very thought provoking.
Not a word of it's true.
Not a word of this next song I want to do is true either, because I accidentally walked into a place I probably shouldn't have walked into. My wife's probably going to watch this show, so I'm not going to say much more than that. But again, you know, this song called Crazy Thing, it's one of my personal favorite songs, and it's the words will explain the story. Crazy Thing. In the room with the crazy laughter, he wanna know what the little girls are after. Well, she knows his straight
Messiah. Yeah. Yeah. She don't care about the songs inside. She like doing that crazy thing. She don't care about the songs inside. She like doing that crazy thing. Yeah. What do you got, man?
This song's called The Same Thing.
The same thing.
The Same Thing. Look at the birds in the sky. Tell me what makes them sing. Look at the little girls dancing. Tell me what makes them swing. What your love does to me, baby, it does the same dang thing. Take another piece of my heart. Tell me why it beats today. Look at the boats on the water, baby. Tell me what makes them sway. What your love does to me, girl, it does the same way. Tell me why you cry when you hear wedding bells ring. Tell me why you cry when you know the joy they bring. What your love does to me, baby, it does the same thing. It does the same thing. It does the same thing. Yeah, baby. You know it does this. You know it does now, baby. You know it does now. What your love does to me, it does the same thing.
I have to introduce you guys to Sarah. I should have told the story about Sally. This little Martin over here was a gift from my late brother shortly before he passed away. He had just bought the guitar in 2011, and about 6 weeks later he was diagnosed that the cancer had come back. And he called me up one day and said, "Hey man, come over." And I came over and he says, "I want you to have this guitar, you know." And I said, "Well, I can't do that." He goes, "Well, yeah, you can. You're the only pro I know, and I want you to have it." I said, "Okay, on one condition, and that is if when you go into remission, I'm giving it back." And he agreed. He didn't go into remission. So the one guitar I will never part with. Shortly, I started writing some songs that Sally was just not twangy enough for, and I spent about 2 years looking for a guitar, and I found this guitar. A friend of mine at Ben Wheeler, and it's a 1994 Takamine G Series. It's the second year they made this guitar, and this guitar, and I named her Sarah, and she's very special. And so a reason I brought her was because I want to play this one particular song on this guitar for the sound of it. Which you can tell is quite different from Sally. This is a song about closure. It's a song about letting go and moving on. And I don't really know another way to put it. This is probably my personal favorite, and in my humble opinion, the best song I've ever wrote. Most people will disagree with that, but this is my favorite song. It is called Dog in the Rain. There's beauty. Can't you see the beauty? It's all around you. The beauty's all around dog left in the rain. You're lonely, I know you're sad and lonely, but there's a light that shines, yeah, there's a light that shines, and I'm flying, don't you know I'm flying, and she comforts me, yeah, she comforts me, and I can't look back, I never look back, don't ever look back. When I look back, I see a dog left in the rain. I worry, I'm always gonna worry, wishing I could ease your pain, I wish that I could ease your pain, but there's a light that shines, yeah, there's a light that shines, and she soothes my soul, yeah, she soothes my soul, and I can't look back, I never look back, don't ever look back. When I look back, I see a dog left in the rain. Yeah, and I can't look back, I never look back, don't ever look back. When I look back, I see a dog left in the rain.
And that's it. What inspired that lyric?
I can say, and I will say this on the internet in front of the world, the mother of my son. And we've been divorced for about 5 years. And still to this day, I can see the hurt. That's all it is.
I need a
It's just a
tissue.
close.
I need a
It's
tissue
just
now.
a song to, you know. I can't. I just don't look back because that's what I see.
Not a dry eye in the house when you play that one.
It's my favorite song.
I feel it. I feel it.
Thank you.
I like to play a really sad song too.
Please do.
This
I
is
want to
just,
cry.
this is just between me and the people out there in TV land. You know who you are. And there's no one else there. It's just you and your TV. Go ahead and take all your clothes off. Get up real close to the TV screen. And lick it a few times. There's nothing sexual. It's just a nice, caring, soft, gentle feeling between you and the glass on your TV screen. And it feels good. Huh? Well, I might as well. This song is called Might As Well. It's about taking chances, I guess. I might as well have myself a little fun. You only live once, and when you did, you're done. I might as well. I might as well. 'Cause they're gonna say I did it anyway. So I might as well. Come Saturday night, I find a girl, I'll ask her to dance. I'm gonna take that chance, I might as well. Yeah, I might as well. They're gonna say I did it anyway. Yes, I might as well. Now if you're good and ready to have a good time, get up and pour yourself another glass of wine. You might as well. You might as well. They're gonna say you did it anyway. So you might as well. See, you might as well. There's no one there. Your house is hot. Go ahead and take all your clothes off. It's okay. course, look at me. I'm wearing a tailored blue suit. That makes me like a government official. I can tell you these things. Well, there's no use trying to hide what everybody knows. So why don't you just get up, take off all your clothes? You might as well. Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, they're gonna say you did it anyway. So you might as well. They're gonna say you did it anyway. You might as well. They're gonna say you did it anyway. So you might as well.
Oh man, I love this guy. I love this.
All right, guys, so we've been sitting here listening to Mike Freiley and King Richard, two amazing songwriters from right here in the East Texas region. And we're going to learn a little bit more about how you can follow along with their musical journey and get aboard their social media so that way you can find out where they're playing and how you can get their music as well, because they do have some music available for y'all to check out. So Mike, I know you're predominantly in the Tyler area. I know you also play a lot in DFW and stuff like that. But where can folks out there follow along with everything that you have going on?
The best place to hear my music is on my website at www.reverbnation.com/Mike Freiley. My last name is spelled Freiley. It's pronounced freely like the adverb, but it's not spelled that way. Freiley.
The adverb's not as important anyway. So.
No, unless it's well, never mind.
There'll be a
That
test on
word
this
that can
later.
be used as an
Yeah.
adverb and adjective.
I hope y'all are taking notes.
Also, you can find you can find me on Facebook. My fan page is at Freiley Songs. Just Facebook at Freiley Songs. I'll come right up. And then my regular page, which has me and my true natural sitting around in my flip flops and my soccer shorts, or maybe even in my underwear. So you can go there and be my friend. Have plenty of shows coming
Be
up.
my friend.
Be my friend. If you're in Deep Ellum, I'll be there next weekend. I'll be in Greenville Saturday.
Got a show coming up in Gladewater soon too, right?
I don't have anything in Gladewater, but I'm looking. I got one in Greenville, and got a Greenville show and a Canton show.
Okay, cool. And so the best place for people to figure out where you're going to be at
Just
is...
follow me on Facebook
Yeah.
and follow me on Instagram and Twitter and my Reverb Nation page. That has all my shows on.
Okay, cool. And it's Mike Freiley again. It's Freiley. Mike
Correct.
Freiley. So make sure you're following along with everything he's got going on. As I say, in every show, you don't know how much support it shows just to hit like or follow on their social media.
Oh, man.
And it definitely helps with venues and such like
Yes.
that as well.
Yes, if they see we got people, then they're going to go, oh, they got people.
Right. And so if there's a venue out there that'd like to have you come play for their audience, where would you send them to contact you?
Man, you can contact me. My email page, MikeFreiley@yahoo.com. That is my booking page. You can also book me, again, at Freiley Songs Facebook. Just push that little button that says book now, and I will get the message and I will get back with you.
Very cool.
My prices are competitive and negotiable.
Two very good words. Those are Tuesday night words, y'all. It's Sunday evening, and we're using Tuesday night words.
Right, exactly.
All right, so we also have King Richard here, a very proud resident of the city of Gladewater, Texas, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about Gladewater and the great museum they have there as well. So tell us about that first and foremost.
Well, it has a great connection, East Texas, with the history of rock and roll. But before I talk about that, Gladewater also provided the grilled cheese sandwiches.
That's
for
right.
everybody.
Yeah.
Texas traditions, right there.
Amazing
Gladewater.
stuff.
And, but the Gladewater Museum, the thing with that is that a lot of people aren't aware of the contributions that our area made to the early days of rock and roll. And it's Elvis had stayed there, and Carl Perkins had stayed there, and Johnny Cash had stayed there, and our local broadcaster Tom Perriman used to broadcast just from right down the road from where I live. It's a 4-story building that used to be the old KSIJ radio building, and the studio is still up there, just like it was in the 50s.
Yeah, Chad Malden's in there now.
It's got somebody's converted it into their studio. But the building is still there. You can't miss it. It's the only 4-story building in Gladewater. But it has a lot to do with the history of the oil boom and the economy. And it's funny how you don't think rock and roll mixes in with all that, but it does have a lot to do with the workers. And that's why there was all those honky tonks and people needing a place to go on Friday night. And now all of a sudden, Prohibition ended and the oil boom comes. And it's a great history. But it's at the Gladewater Museum, and it's only open Friday and Saturday. And you can go there and find out more about it. The history of rock and roll, the history of Texas. It's your history, so check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
This guy ain't from Texas, but he got here as quick as he could.
And he's
I
passionate,
think it is
very
freaking
passionate.
awesome
Yeah, very
that he's
passionate.
transplanted Texas and all about the history, and that is cool as hell.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, man. And
It's
thank
been
you
a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure
It's
playing
been a
with
pleasure.
you tonight. And
I'm looking forward to playing with you again, yes.
So a little known fact too about Gladewater, the song "I Walk the Line" was written in Gladewater, Texas,
Oh, really?
by Johnny Cash, in the green room of the Gladewater Opry. That is a true story. And so every time I'm in that building, I know that it's in the back of my mind, and it's like, man, I'm sitting where I Walk the Line was written.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
So that was right in Gladewater, Texas. A very steeped tradition of live music has happened in that city. You wouldn't believe that if you've been to Gladewater.
No,
'cause
it's run
a
down.
small
some of it.
place. Yeah.
I live
My
right
mother was
behind
born
the,
in Gladewater.
That little hotel. It used to be the Resmore Courts Hotel.
Right.
Well, right behind there on Wood Street, and that was what I gave your mother. Was the
Yeah.
that was the actual? You had to sign in for the hotel room,
Yeah.
and it's got Elvis's signature and his guitarist and his bass player.
Right.
They,
And so,
they didn't have any money to pay for the hotel room, by the way.
of course not.
Tom Perry.
Musicians,
Yeah, they had
man.
no money.
Nothing changes. But all you need to know about King Richard, you just learned. We're in the promotional part of the program, and his first go-to is to promote somebody else. So
Class
I
act.
will not let him get away without letting you all know where you can follow along with King Richard.
Yeah,
So-
there's a website, kingrichard.biz.biz. I can't believe I couldn't get kingrichard.com.
yeah.
Who's all the other King Richards out there?
Uh,
I don't know, some
Couldn't
guy
get-
from England.
Couldn't
yeah.
get him. It's kingrichard.biz.
you know what you got to do is you have to make sure that you're beheading wives in order to get that.
Why can't I? You should
You're
go
gonna
to
stop being a nice king.
kingrichard.biz. There's also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, all of that horse
King
shit.
Richard has a Pinterest. Y'all.
Yeah, all of that BS. Yeah, we're everywhere. May 25th, we'll be at Republic Ice House in Tyler.
Nice.
All right.
And that's gonna be a good
That's
show.
a nice
I got
gig, yeah.
I got Ken Murray with me on bass from Johnny and the Nightcrawlers,
Wow.
and we put on a good show. It's a good rock and roll show.
So May 25th at the Republic Ice House right there on University in Tyler. King Richard Band, multiple time nominee for the East Texas Music Awards. You've also been a winner for Rhythm and Blues Band of the Year, at least once that I know of. Is it more than once?
I guess R&B Band of the Year.
Yeah. So, and yeah, it's not easy to win an award here in East Texas, and this guy did, and very well deserved. It's King Richard's Music now on Facebook. That's where you can find him, and it's kingrichard.biz, B-I-Z, because .com was taken by a Victorian era
I can't believe that.
chieftain.
I couldn't believe I couldn't get kingrichard.com.
I don't know.
Yeah. And
Don't follow that guy. He's not nice.
Yeah, you can find it on iTunes. The latest album is Soul Stealer, which
Yeah,
you got
Soul
a
Stealer.
copy of it right there
Yep.
on your wall. Be working with Bob Malden on producing a new album.
Cool.
We're trying to get it out for Halloween.
Yeah.
It's called Festival of Fear.
All horror themed songs
So
too, right?
Yeah, zombies
Just never know
and
what's gonna
vampires and all that. We're trying to get it out in time for Halloween.
Zombies.
Yeah. So again, it's just been super cool to have both
He
you
said
guys
zombies.
here. He did say zombies.
Yeah.
No joke. That was not
He did
edited in
zombies.
at all.
I'm a
Anyway.
big zombie fan.
Oh, then you should buy the album. man. It's gonna really be.
I look forward to hearing it.
So I definitely want to thank both you guys for coming and hanging out with us today. I thought it was a really good pairing. I hope you guys agree out there. If you thought it was a good pairing, comment down below with a thumbs up. That'll let us know that you liked what we had going on here in the living room for episode 16. Again, this is Songbirds and Troubadours, where we focus on the songwriter, one of the most unheralded arms of the music business, in my opinion. We've had Mike Freiley, originally from Dallas, and King Richard, originally from New Orleans by way of Gladewater,
Boston,
Texas.
before we go, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Sure.
Because so often you get to meet people in show business, and they seem really nice when you see them on TV.
Yeah.
Or when you hear them on the radio.
Yeah.
They seem really. But when you get to know them, a lot of times you just want to cut their throat with a rusty knife.
Rip off their head and shit down their throat.
You know.
You guys don't have rusty knives on you, do you?
But you're not one of those guys.
Oh,
Is what I wanted to
you're
say.
not
He's
one
a
of
really nice guy.
Saved by the bell.
And thank you.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Thank you again, Richie.
Mike, it was nice to meet you.
It has been a pleasure, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you. So again, Songbirds and Troubadours, number 16. This show comes out every single Wednesday morning. Now, you won't know about it until Wednesday afternoon, though, unless you subscribe to the YouTube channel, the ETX ROCKS Show on YouTube. Over 1,200 subscriptions, almost 1,100 videos that we have uploaded to our channel. So that means if you're a music fan, especially for original live music, and you're not a subscriber to the ETX ROCKS Show, you are missing out. So hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do that unless you hit the button twice. If you hit the button twice, we'll charge you $18.72 in pesos. So don't hit the button twice because I have enough pesos.
And you're going to owe him a quarter.
Yeah, that's like, no, it's like 32 cents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can't even buy a soda with that. Not even the Sam's Club soda.
It's like 4 million pesos to buy a soda.
Yeah, 4 million pesos will get me a grilled cheese at Texas Traditions.
We are going to have to build that wall
At
pretty
Texas
damn quick,
Traditions
I'm
on
telling you.
Facebook.
That's
So
right.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I hope it is. So don't hit the button twice. That would be no bueno. See what I did there? I tied in the Mexican reference with no bueno.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's full circle. Also, guys, because of your support out there, we've just launched a brand new website. You can check us out at www.etxrocks.show. And we have over 10,000 hours of content for your listening and viewing pleasure on there. We also have a list of our latest events, which includes all of our live acoustic series shows across East Texas. And all 300 some odd episodes of the show are available on there, just at the, right there with one click. All you got to do is find it. I've hidden it pretty well on there. Not really. It's easy to navigate, I promise. And also, as you may know, we are completely self-funded on the show, which means we depend on donations from viewers and listeners like you out there. So if you'd like to help out with our funding, you can go to www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And we will take American dollars, Egyptian pounds, Polish zloty, and Robert De Niro. Stop sending me Joe Pesci. It's not the same thing. I know you think it's the same thing, but it's not. I'm telling you. Nothing worse than Joe Pesci knocking on your door.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
Yeah, see? See, he's here again. Quit sending me that stuff. But yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
As we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles, even songwriters. And don't ever forget,
ETX ROCKS!
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX ROCKS